All right, what's up guys? It's Robo down in the cage. Today we're going to do a quick little gym tour video, talk about some of the equipment I have down here. If there's anything that you see in this video you want a more in-depth video on, just leave a comment down below and I'll make sure I do that for you. But without further ado, let's waste no time. I'll kind of talk about how I have it set up down here. I kind of have like a powerlifting half and then more like a bodybuilding half, I would say, even though I don't really do like bodybuilding training, but that's where the Rhino is. So if I wanted to do like a tricep push down, a lat pull down, any bicep work, it's going to be over there. Here I just have like a Rogue Deadlift Platform with the Clever built Genesis Jack Pro on it. I just got that jack maybe a couple months ago. I really like it. This thing weighs pretty much nothing. I think it's like 13 pounds actually, but it works really well. There are some complaints that it tips over. Shout out to No Way Jose, depending on the type of platform that you use. If it's like, I think he had the Eleiko SVR platform, so it's more of a cushioned side. So I guess it didn't like sit super flat and that's why it tipped over, but I haven't had any issues on this, and this is just like standard rubber tiles on the Rogue platform. It's like the same if you had horse stall mats or anything, pretty much any other deadlift platform, it would work fine. Here I have these competition bars. These are bars that are like IPF spec. You'll see they all have that like thinner competition collar. They're all 20 kilogram bars. At the top I just have the Rogue 20 kilogram Ohio Power bar. Down in the middle I have the Eleiko IPF bar. I just got this bar. Shout out to Frogs Gyms, Deadlifting Jesus on Instagram. He sold me this bar. He's the man. Give him a follow. But super happy to have this. This is actually the bar that my meet director uses in New Jersey, so I was happy to have this in the basement so now I could train on the bar that I actually compete with. And then down here is the Texas Strength Systems G1 Power Bar. I got this when I got the Texas Strength Combo Rack. You got like a discount if you bought the bar with the rack, so I decided to get that. The posters with the cage on it are from Plate Snacks, code Unpaid. Shout out to Unpaid and Underrated Podcast, but they do a great job over there for like custom stickers, custom banners. So anything that you'll see with the cage on it is pretty much from them. This is just a whiteboard where I will write my workouts on it. I have some of my like focus points here, and then also just like my settings on the combo rack, just to remember the heights. The cage sign, Brooke got me. Shout out to Brooke for Christmas this year. I think it looks really cool. It's just like one of those neon bar signs. And then this is just a dehumidifier. And then that is my t-shirt and just some metal from #LocalCompGod. Just the Iron Gobbler in New Jersey. This is the Texas Strength Combo Rack. I have a video on this. Really big fan of this. Pretty much do all of my bench work on this, most of my squat work on this, unless I'm doing like a heavy set that I think I might not get, then I'll go inside the rack just to be safe and use the spotters. Here I just have like my warm-up area. I stretch on it. I have foam rollers, my what's it called, my Theragun, and then this thing is slept on. Vibrating foam roller, super clutch. I love this thing actually. And then some of my banners here: Massonomics, SBD, WFAN. Shout out the fan. But anyway, yeah, I have a video on this Texas Strength Systems Combo Rack. I'm a huge fan of this thing. The UHMW I put on myself, and it's held up really well. I put it on in January, so it's May now, and I haven't had any issues. It really feels like it was professionally done, honestly. Coming over here, I have more bars. At the bottom, I just have a Texas Power Bar. This is the 29 millimeter, a Texas Deadlift Bar, and then a Home Gym Discord Chewy. This is the Chewy with Mountain Neural, the 20 TPI Mountain Neural. I think I got a really good deal on this. I paid like $400, but I think they say there's only like 100 out there. and I think they were about $600 or something. Again, they went through the home gym Discord for that. There's just a pretty cool story, but I got it secondhand just from someone selling it in New Jersey. Super happy I have it. This is a great bar. And then just more banners. I am a certified training facility, Massonomics. I'm on the map, so go to massonomics.com to become a certified training facility. There is a very rigorous process to that, but if you go on the website, you can check it out. And then I also am a part of Basement Brandon's Basement Barbell Club, the USAPL Barbell Club. So if you have a home gym and compete USAPL, reach out to Basement Brandon, think about joining his club. It's very cool. We have a Discord, nice little community there. So shout out to those guys. And then all of my bars are like mounted onto plywood. And then this one, I just have like a bunch of stickers from different crew home gyms, a lot of Massonomic stickers, just some other companies that I like. Some of the other ones are hand painted. That one before that had all of my IPF bars just has like the cage on it. And then I have another one you'll see in a little bit that has like Massonomics and a couple logos on it. So I think that's pretty cool, but the real reason I do that is just because there's metal studs down here. So hanging stuff that can be a pain in the butt, so plywood's like an easier way to do it. And then this Texas combo rack is held down. I don't have it mounted to the floor, so I put just like a 45 bumper plate and then a 65-pound dumbbell to keep it from sliding and to keep it in position, and that works pretty well. When you're unracking a squat, like getting in position, it will tip a little bit, but I don't really mind that. It's okay, and it just keeps it in place, which is nice. I just have a standard Rogue weight tree, and then I put some bar mounts on it. This is just a 45-pound Ohio Power bar. This is like my beater bar, quote unquote. I do a lot of landmine work with this. If I was going to do like rack pulls or anything like that, I would do it from this bar. And then I just have my calibrated kilo plates here. I have the Rogue, now they're the Rogue 1.0 kilo plates, but I really like these. There's no reason for me to get any other plates. These are fine. And then I did this because Basement Brandon had a video a while back, and that's where I got the idea to put these barbell mounts on it. But I do have room for a couple more bars. I think I have enough down here, but I just put up this mount over here that you're gonna see in a little bit. I did have the Kabuki Cadillac in here, but then I moved it. And then to finish off the powerlifting section, I do have my Bremy bowl. Shout out to Bremy Strong and Bremy Products. He made this custom. I have a video on this, but I love this thing. It's held up super well. So that kind of finishes it off on this half. And we're gonna come over here and you'll see pretty much the main attraction in the gym is this rig, the Rhino rack trainer, 6-post rack with the Rhino attached, lat pull down and low row. I have a video going through this whole rack, so we're not going to talk super in depth, but I will talk about some of the attachments. This is the Sorinex Bulldog. I use this all the time for chest supported rows and seal rows. So what you would do is just set it up here. You put another mag pin in. Obviously it'd be higher, and then you would just lean your chest up here for rows. So I use that twice a week. Chest supported rows is a big accessory in my program. So I use that quite often. Here I just have the Monster utility bench from Rogue with the knurled handle. I like having a designated flat bench. If you have like a super heavy duty adjustable bench, you can do all of your flat work with that, but I do prefer to have like a dedicated flat bench, and this one it's really, really good. I have no complaints with it. It's super robust, it can stand up, the vinyl's great. So yeah, it's pretty much like anything that Rogue makes. It's super overbuilt and it's just nice. Here I have 2 specialty bars, and then my last like custom plywood for the gun rack. These gun racks are just the rep gun racks, but this is a Rogue CV4 and then the Rogue version of the Kabuki Cadillac bar, and then this one I painted Massonomics with the Massonomics logo and then the cage logo down here. So I just like stenciled that. So that looks pretty cool. I did that in the past couple weeks. So super happy with that, how that came out. And then over here, we have the goated OG dumbbell rack. Me and my brother-in-law Sean, we built this during COVID, and I'm surprised honestly that it is held up for 5 years now at this point. But I don't have like a full dumbbell set. I have a bunch of mismangled things. Like I have 15, 20, 25, 30, 45, all like random. And then 55 through 75, I have a body solid set. And then like these 90s are Crandall Fitness, and then a set of 110s that are Rogue. They're all just like the Hex rubber dumbbells. For my space, I really probably should get like a pair of the Rep Pepin dumbbells, the adjustable dumbbells, like the 0 to 125s, but I prefer fixed dumbbells for whatever reason. Even though they take up a lot more space, I do just like the feel, and I like being able to, drop down, warming up, do a set with the 60s, 75s, and then go to the 90s without adjusting if I'm doing like flat pressing and things like that. But it is definitely something to consider. It does make sense for the space, I don't know, but I am just kind of a fixed dumbbell kind of guy, kind of always have been. Over here I have just some kettlebells. I have a set of 40s. These are random as heck. I think this is 59 pounds or 49 pounds. I don't even know. 58 or 53, sorry. So I have 40s, 53, and then this is 79. Again, just random. I used to use those a lot more. I should probably consider moving on from those, but they just sit there and collect dust for right now. But if I ever want to do any kettlebell work, they are there. Over here, I just have like knee sleeves. These are my velocity trackers. I use the Flex Gym Aware velocity tracker. I'm a big fan of this. The only con is it doesn't work on my Texas Strength G1 power bar for whatever reason. It is a magnet. It just goes on the side of the bar. You put this on the side, clips on. And then this is the mat that goes underneath this, and that's how you get all of your readings. But for whatever reason, this magnet doesn't stick on the Texas Strength bar, and that's the only bar I've had that problem with. But for whatever reason, it doesn't work. Over here, I do have just some more rack attachments. I have the JD Gym Equipment forearm roller. I love that. I've been using that twice a week on my deadlift days, just as like a grip exercise. I have the Oak Club JM there. I use that a lot in pair with the Sorinex Bulldog. So if I'm doing like seal rows, I'll mount this. Pretty much this just goes here, and then you use mag pins to hold it, and you could put like a curl bar or a flat barbell just to make mounting on one upright possible. So I use that a lot in pairment with the Bulldog for chest supported rows, things like that. This is the low row attachment that comes with the rack, comes and attaches into the Rhino. This is an adjustable bench from Crandall Fitness. It's pretty solid. It doesn't have a decline. That's the only con, but other than that, it is pretty nice. This is a bench cover from Marcus at 922 Designs. I use it as a window shade. He sent me new stickers on the back that I have to put on, but I haven't put on yet. And then here are just a bunch of bumper plates, mismatch. I have some Rogues in here. These are Go Strongs, and then I just have like, I think they're just like standard Olympic, they're called bumper plates, the 25s, the 45s, excuse me, standard Olympic 25s, I just think they're called, right? Or, yeah, Olympia barbell 25s. I got these a really long time ago. Don't really use bumpers that much, but I just have the option if they're there. Here I have all of my Rhino attachments. I have a JD Gym Equipment rope, the top tier tricep attachment, some D handles from JD Gym Equipment. I have like a fat handle from him as well. And then I have some Rogue attachments. This is the like close grip that comes with the Rhino. I have their curl bar attachment and then their 20-inch straight bar attachment back here. These are just like some Spud Ink attachments that I got a while back. I used to have the Spud Ink pulley system that was just literally like a pulley and a carabiner that would hook up to like a loading pin, but it came with a bunch of attachments, so I have all that. Here I have some chains and just some bands, things like that, another rope attachment, a Titan SSB bar. That used to be in my program a lot to do like a lot of unilateral work like lunges and split squats, things like that. I don't necessarily have it in my program as much, but it is good to have. And then I have the curl bar that the Curl Bar Fairy dropped off at every home gym. It's just like the standard Dick's Sporting Goods curl bar that comes with the weight set. I don't even know how much it weighs. I never use it. I have the Naked Squatter, some Massonomics posters, a Rutgers flag, even though I didn't go to Rutgers, but go Scarlet Knights. I have a Rogue deep dish set. I don't know how much. I pretty much have one of everything. I have no 35s, but I have the 100s, 45s, 25s, 10s, 5s, 2.5s. A pair of Yorks here, just like normal Yorks, and then a pair of standard barbells. The Rogue utility roller here, and then the Mutant Metals UDA. If you look at my Rhino, I also replaced the handles that came with the Rhino with just a set of Mutant Metals UDA handles. I do prefer the knurl, and it just gives like a nice cleaner look in my opinion. I do have a Rogue mini band attached to the Rhino that just allows you, when you pull it, it'll snap back so you don't actually have to pull the safeties back. But yeah, I'm trying to think, that's pretty much it. I have my Rogue competition collars here. The rest of my collars are actually on my weight tree. I do want to give a shout out to Barbell Rescue. I use their barbell cleaner all the time. I also have like their microfiber cloth. When I oil up my barbells, I do use the Barbell Rescue brush. I believe you can use code UNPAID for them as well. I have the Titan, I don't know what these are called, like the Pro Lock collars or something like that. The knurled Titan collars as well, that are really cool that I like. And then just like my belts up here. I do have some drink spotters, of course. You can't emphasize drink safety enough. I have this one that I had everyone sign at the Arnold, and then my Animal Pack protein shaker that's signed by John Hack, the GOAT, that I leave up here as well, just to cultivate some inner deadlift strength. That's pretty much it. I have the Ghost J Cup rollers. If you want to see more on this rack, I do have a full video on that. The Rogue standard lat pull down bar that came with it. And then the only other thing that's kind of new since the video is these Oak Club Campbell handles came. Shout out to Basement Brandon and Oak Club. So they attach really well. I'll take one down. These are cool, but they're like pretty multi-useful. You can put them on the rack this way and use them as like a squat handle if you wanted to. I use them as pull-up handles, obviously, but it is pretty cool out there. They're multi-purposeful, and Basement Brandon did have a nice collaboration with Oak Club to get them made. So these are really cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Leave a comment below if there's anything in this gym that you want to see more in details of. Leave a comment your favorite part. But yeah, thanks for checking out my space. It is pretty dedicated to powerlifting. I don't have a lot of machines down here, but it is enough to get strong, to stay strong, and to use my strength. And it is something that I'm super happy with. And it took a while to put together, but for the most part, I wouldn't do anything different, obviously. That's why I did it this way. I don't really have any regrets. There are some things that I would like to add eventually, some kind of cable system, something like that. But that's kind of down the line. For right now, this is everything I need. The Rhino has been an amazing addition because I'm able to get a lot of those cable movements that I was just talking about. The only thing I'm really lacking is something to do cable flies, and that's such like a small niche thing that I could do with dumbbells. So it's pretty perfect setup for me, and I'm really happy with it. But again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you've enjoyed this content and want to see some more. I do have some other videos coming out soon. And again, I appreciate it. It's been Robo. Peace.